Good morning, my YouTube family. It is your boy Zary coming at you on a extremely early Wednesday morning. It's like 4:15 a.m. ish, right in there. And had a video planned last night with bones and lost my power. Boom, power gone. So getting out a video this morning about the update notes, and I want to go over the update notes. And as always, got my coffee in my XMG mug, and gonna have some coffee, and we're just gonna talk about the notes because there's some interesting things in there, and there's some things in there that kind of bother me. Well, one thing in particular, and we're gonna go over those. But before we get into that, if you're just finding me and you're liking what you're seeing, click that subscribe button, turn on notifications, become part of that XMG family. And for all my XMG family members out there, you know I love you. Can't do this journey without you. So let's get into the patch notes posted by Lizard Breath yesterday. So here we go. We've got patch notes for 1.2.33. So what's new? Soleus's Mystery is now a permanent event for everyone who doesn't have him for 7 stars. We already knew about this. It was talked about previously, and I agree again with this. I think Soleus is a good selection. He makes you progress into the game, and a lot of wasted resources go into your early game orcs. So that is huge. I really think this is a good move. You can chip away at it, and we'll go from there. The championship event, the bonus event there for orcs, will be a little bit later. Fine with those events. I don't really touch them because to me the difficulty of those events just aren't worth the rewards and the frustration for me. I've said that when they first came out, and I still agree with it. And maybe I should start chipping away at those because there's a lot of blue scrolls in there, but I just haven't. All other legendary events will have a week-long gap in between them from now on, and I strongly suggest, if you want to find out when people are coming back, last video I did on where I ranked all of the legendary events, or legendary champions, beadragonchampion.info, so beadc.info. Go there, and they have the tentative dates of the rotation, and really helpful site. Redesigned the rune store. With 18 slots now, no green or gray runes going to appear there, only blue 4-star and purple 3 and 4-star. Okay. I don't particularly buy anything from the rune store anyways. The price for gold, I mean, they should be very high, because if you're looking for that in particular one. But again, I don't really buy a lot from that store. Maybe I'm in the minority, but I don't think I am. They tweaked artifact upgrade chests and improved their drop rates. I didn't really find a problem with their drop rates, but improving drop rates is beneficial for the player base, I guess, so pretty happy there. An ability chest with ability scrolls is now available in the game. I'd like some more info on that one. You know, is it a draw coin purchase? Is it cash purchase? Does it work like the chests that we have now, the gold chest, etc.? So I'd really like the info on that. Now, when they get that onto the test server, I'll go in and buy some so you can kind of see the drop rates if they're for draw coins. But I think that is needed in the game, because sadly people want to spend their money in the game and they really don't have anything to spend their money on. You know, having a chest where you could buy ability scrolls would be helpful to a lot of players. You can now purchase tournament packs with draw coins. That's pretty cool. I like that. For the free-to-play players out there who are short and been hoarding your draw coins, you can now go in and get those. So that's pretty cool. I like that quite a bit, you know. helps out the free-to-play players tremendously. Aurelia, Mordoom, and his imps and Mega Wheel hero models have received a little makeover. Pretty excited about that, not gonna lie. Really looking forward to seeing the rework on Mordoom, especially Mega Wheel, Aurelia. Usually one is just like a minor tweak, one is like a medium tweak, and then one is like a really big makeover, you know, like the Darien Freezard kind of General Murdoch tweak. They're setting it up for that, so really looking forward to that. Added voiceover for the first chapter of the Order campaign. Pretty excited for that. I want to see how it plays out. I think in the mobile game genre, having voiceover is awesome. You know, we are growing to expect more and more from mobile games, and it's a nice little touch. I like that. Tidied up offers in the bank so they are more structured. Okay. Small tweak there. Kiri, Roxy, Hero Stones are now available in the Battleground shop. I'm going to come back to that one. Redesign the beginning of the game in the tutorial missions to make the start of the game more comfortable for new coming champions. Redesign and improved the victory defeat pop-up and added cool special effects for it. So, redesigning the beginning of the game. Gonna kind of come back to that one too. And the victory pop-up, that's pretty cool. I'd like this. I kind of want to see that. All the artwork that they've redone in this game has been a huge improvement. So, let's see what happens there. Excuse me. And then removed missions from the game and are working on new activities and achievements for future updates. That one kind of perplexes me a little bit. I didn't see anything wrong with the missions. I got through them pretty easy. They were kind of a good tutorial. And why are we removing them from the game without having something to put in there? So that part kind of baffles me a little bit. You know, I could see if they wanted to remove them because they have a new system. That's fine. But why are we taking them out of the game for new players who are currently coming to the game without putting anything in there? Kind of boggles my mind. And then balance changes. Buff is receiving a nerf, and I'm okay with that. Mor'Doom loses a lot of plug and play viability in this, and we're going to kind of go over those. Applies 8 buffs at random. Blah, 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 blah. All those possible debuffs, also applying those. And the big change here is blindness for 1 turn. Blindness used to be 2 turns. So, a little bit of a tweak. A little bit of a nerf. As much as I use him, I think I've seen the blindness twice because of the RNG randomness. So, all in all, it's not terrible, but will help people who face buff. Mordoom, Magic and Monsters. Summon 2 imp henchmen with 50% of Mordoom's health and 80% of his damage. But the big part here is the new tag, Imp. Okay? Don't mess with the Inferno. Gains 10% tenacity and 10% potency for each living imp in the party. And 5% tenacity and 5% potency for each living demon in the party. So, Mordoom gets a nerf because it's going to affect his plug and play viability. This is going to take some testing because do we know, is he still going to be run with the demon comp that's out there right now? Like, I just got Shadar to gear 11. Just got to finish up his basic with blue scrolls, and he is good to go. And he was going to take the spot of Puncher Face because I figured Kiri's not ready yet for me. And I had Mordoom, Kyra. I was going to have Shadar, buff, and who am I missing? Mordoom, buff, Kyra, Shadar, I'm missing somebody in there. It's too early. But the fact is, Mor'Doom coming out of there, because he's not going to help buff anymore, because his imps aren't demons anymore. They're classified as imps. It's a big change. Big change. And Mor'Doom is really the only one who gets benefits from dropping his imps now. So definitely interesting. And that's going to take some testing to see what it really did and how it really affects the game, because it's going to affect the game, that meta team right now. So yeah, wow. So let's go back up. We are going to talk about redesign the beginning of the game, this one here, to make the start of the game more comfortable for new coming champions. Now, I gotta preface this by saying I want new players in the game, so don't take it like that. Want new players in the game. We need some new blood in the game to grow the game, to keep this game going. We need those things. But my big problem here, and I watched actually Bones88's video on the patch last time, and he made a good point that I wasn't thinking about, and it resonated with me. You know, they're putting a lot of time and effort into, and I'm paraphrasing here, so apologize, Bones, if I got it not 100% correct. But they're putting a lot of time into early game. You know, bringing in new players and stuff like that, and that's cool. And I think that's needed, and I agree. It's nice. But what are they doing for people who are already in the game? We're losing a lot of people in this game. A lot of people in this game. And because they're, you know, it's kind of the same thing. There's not anything for me to do. We're running out of stuff to do. And for me, I'm taking this time and gearing up characters I haven't got to yet. So I wasn't a mega whale or super whale or kraken. And yes, Battlegrounds has been talked about. T8. But I think they should have maybe put out Battlegrounds first and T8 first for people in the game. And then before the Goblin Raid and all that stuff, focused on the incoming players. They should have given people in the game who are here now something to do. And that could be a spot of contention for a lot of people, and I don't have an argument against it. Because if we bring in all these new players and they become a whale and they drop money in this game, and then they read comments of people just bailing because there's nothing to do, it's kind of a double-edged sword. Like, we need the new players to keep the game going, but how are we going to keep the new players in the game? And Battlegrounds is a good start. T8's a good start until we get the Goblin Raid. I still firmly believe that, and I believe that the devs are doing that right with Battlegrounds, because it needs to be good. The Battlegrounds needs to be spot on this time around. You know, and so hold off until it's ready. I get it, but at the same time, what are we doing for the new play, or for the existing players in the game? I just feel that this was needed. They needed to focus on new players, but I think the timing of it is kind of backwards. And yeah, that's about what I got to say on that. And then the big one that really kind of annoys me is this. Kyrian Roxy now available in the Battleground shop. And let me start by saying, it's not because they're in the Battleground shop that I'm annoyed by this. They should go to the Battleground shop. And what annoys me is nobody came out of the Battleground shop. We now have Delman's in there. All of the Battle Pass characters are now in the Battleground shop. They are harder to farm than a legendary character. That shouldn't be how it goes. Kiri, Roxy went in. Thalia, Rin the Unseen, they should be made more readily farmable now. The rotation isn't there. The rotation needs to be there. Roxy should not be harder to get than Buff, and she is. Way harder to get than Buff. Buff is so much more game-changing than Roxy, and yet Roxy is 1,000 times more difficult to get than Buff. And if you are a hard Battlegrounds player, you're probably like, oh, it's only a month and I could get them. Well, you also had her pre-launch event, or her Battleground Pass, or her Battle Pass, I'm sorry. What about somebody who wasn't around for Delman's Battle Pass? It's going to take a lot longer than a month to get that character. So we need to see a rotation. The arena shop, for existing players who have been in this game for 300 plus days, the arena shop is worthless. You farm characters out there to buy gear out of the store shop, or you farm characters out of there that you need to satisfy a challenge for your battle pass. That's it. Tournament or tower, same exact thing. There was a suggestion on one of my previous videos, and I am going to find that right now. And it was, here it is, and it was by Mustang Cobra. It should go like this: Battle Pass for a month, Event for a month, Rare Shop, Battlegrounds, Tournaments for a month or two, Medium Shop, Guild, Star Shop for a month or two, Common Shop, Arena, Tower, and then a node forever. That will let the whales max them out in the second month, give the average player a choice of spending hard-earned tournament or battleground currency or waiting another month. The casual players will have easy access after 6 months. I could not agree more with that statement. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. That is a great model, and we're not seeing that rotation. We gotta see that rotation in this game. These characters, why is Thalia still not readily available to be farmed? No reason. Rin the Unseen, no reason. They shouldn't be in the arena store or the tower store. There's no reason for that. And with these Battle Pass characters being announced, and they said they're going to keep having more characters come into the game, that we could have more and more characters in there, and we just don't. So that part frustrates me. So my YouTube family, there it is this morning, as I'm sipping my coffee, just getting my thoughts out. And that was my coffee clanging against the microphone. But I understand what the devs are doing, getting new people into the game. I just think it was kind of backwards in my opinion. But I have trust in devs that things are going to be fixed and be right. And they got a lot going on. They're working on Battlegrounds. They're trying to get new people in. They're doing a marketing thing. They're working on T8. They got a lot going on. But the primary focus just can't be on getting new people into the game. We need to focus to keep people in the game. And as I said, we're seeing a lot of people leave. My guild lost 3 people alone. I've seen it written in tons of comments on my Discord. They're bleeding players. So we really got to try to work out something to keep the players in the game, and it's becoming a real issue. So just my thoughts and my opinions. So let me know in the comments below what you think. And I just overtired and letting this get to me a little more than I should, but the characters just bothers me. I want to see that rotation. New people go into the Battleground shop. I want to see people come out of the Battleground shop. And right now we have so many people farmable in the Battleground shop, and yet it takes an hour and a half to just even get a Battleground. I haven't done a Battleground in 3 weeks because I'm sick of waiting an hour and 20 minutes for a queue time. I haven't seen the improvement there. So looking forward to new battlegrounds. You know, looking forward to something to get excited about. And there's been a lot of talk about stuff that are excited, and I'm excited for it. I just can't wait for it to come into the game now. And hopefully some of these people who left come back. So that is what I got for everybody this morning. Just a quick breakdown. I love y'all. Don't forget to subscribe, all that good stuff. I forgot that. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.